In this video, we will be learning the rules of exponents. First, we will start with multiplication. First example we have here is 2x to the power of 5, 3x to the power of 6. So, in order to solve it first we have to solve the numbers. We multiply the numbers together. 2 times 3, this one right here. And then we will multiply x to the power of 5 times x to the power of 6. 2 times 3 is 6. X, when we know when these two base multiply with each other, we have the same base x. X to the power of 5 plus 6, we get 6x to the power of 11. We will take a look at another example. This is 5x cube. In one parenthesis, and the other one we have x to the power of 6. So we do the same thing. Over here we have only one number, which is 5, so we'll just leave it like this. And the second one, we need to know what is the base. We have x to the power of 3 times x to the power of 6, 5, and we get 3 plus 6 is 9. When the same base is being multiplied with each other, we simply add those powers together. 3 plus 6, we get 9. Okay, so we will take a look at another example, little bit complex, but I will explain you as we go through. We have negative 4x square y cube in the first parenthesis, and the second one we have negative 2x to the power of 5 y cube, or to the power of 3. As you can see, we still have two parentheses. The only difference is we have, like before we had one x and another x. In this one we have x and y, x and y. We will use the same way. First we will multiply the numbers with each other. Negative 4 times negative 2, just like last time, and then we multiply the x's, x square times x to the power of 5. We don't put y over here because y is different, right? They are not same. X and y are different. So then we will do y cube times y cube. Everything that is same goes together. So negative 4 times negative 8, we get positive 2. Negative 4 times negative 2, we get positive 8. And then we have x, which is again, when the same base is multiplied with each other, we simply add those power together. So those power are 2 plus 5. We get 7. And then we have y, 3 plus 3, 6. And that is our final answer. We can write like this. Okay. We will take a look at one more example. This is 5ab in 1. And then we have negative 1 over 3a. And then we have one more, 9b square. So again, we take all the numbers together and we multiply them first. 5 times negative 1 over 3 times 9. We get everything. And then we have to multiply all the a's together. We have only two a's. A times a. We have this one and this one. And then we have to multiply all the b's together. B times b square. Okay, one is here, one is here. Let me change the color so it'll be easier to see. Okay, so as we know, 3 times 1 is 1, 3 times 3 is 9. So what we get here is 5 times 1, negative 1, we get negative 5 times 3, we get negative 15. That is our answer for this one. A times a, or we just simply say the powers together, 1 plus 1 will be 2, or a square, and the final one we have is b, the power will be 3 because 1 is here, 1 plus 2 is 3. So this is our answers for this one. So the next one we will learn division. Division is also very important and pretty simple to do it if done correctly with enough practice. So the first one we have is 2 to the power of 16 over 2 to the power of 11. So over here we can see the numerator has the bigger power 16, denominator has 11, the lower power, but the base has to be same. So 2 is the base, this is what we write first, then we write 16, whatever is the bigger first. 16 minus 11, we get 2 to the power of 5. Okay, in this case numerator power is bigger, so that's why we write 2 to the power of 16 minus 11. Okay, I will give you one more example before we go into a situation where actually denominator has the bigger power. I will show you what to do in that. So in this one we have x to the power of 5 over x to the power of 3. Again we write the base first and then we simply write the power 5 minus 3. We get x to the power of 2 or x squared. Last example before we go into the other problem is y over to the power of 16 over y to the power of 7. Again we write the base 16 minus 7, we get y to the power of 9. Okay, now I will show you how to solve the other problem when we have the bigger power in the denominator. We have 12 to the power of 17 over 12 to the power of 20. In this one, because denominator has the bigger power of 20, we write 1 over 12. Again the base is 12, we write 1 over 12, not 12 on the top like in this one or this one or this one. We write 1 over 12 and then we do 20 minus 17. Because power has to be subtracted, 20 minus 17, we get 1 over 12 to the power of 3 or 1 over 12 cube. Again, base does not change, it remains the same like this. We will take another example. It will be b to the power of 7 over b to the power of 9. It's 9 right here. So 1 over b, 9 minus 7 is equal to 1 over b squared. Okay, so there should not be any confusion. If the exponent numerator is bigger, okay, like in this one, then we simply write the base on the top. Okay, of course it's always over 1, but we don't write that. Okay, so the base will be on the top and then we subtract the powers. Okay, 5 minus 3. In this one we can see the denominator was bigger, so we write 1 over b, because all the subtraction will happen where the power is bigger. Basically power is bigger over here in the denominator, we did it over here. If for this one y over 16 was bigger on the numerator, so we have to do the subtraction in the numerator. That's why we had to write y 16 minus 7. Whereas in this case the power was bigger in the denominator, 20 was bigger than 17, so we did it in the denominator because it was bigger in denominator. Okay, so we will take a few more examples. I hope this will clear all the confusions. Those were the easy ones, so let's move to some of the medium. Okay, so we get 5x to the power of 5 over 25 to the power x to the power of 7. Okay, so as you can see we have the base of x, but we have numbers also, so we can divide whatever we can simplify right now, we can, and we will. 5, that goes by 1, that goes by 5. Okay, so what we have left is x to the power of 5 over 5x to the power of 7. Okay, and then now you can see base x to the power of 7 is bigger in the denominator. It has the bigger power in the exponent, which is 7, so the subtraction will happen in the denominator, just like in the previous examples. So this one we will write 1 over 5x 7 minus 5, okay, is equal to 1 over 5x square. Again, I am showing you step 1, 2, 3 and 4, but most of the time you should be able to do it within 2 or 3 steps. If this is your first time, I understand it will take a while, but with enough practices you will be able to do it yourself. Let's take 3 more examples I will show you. We have negative 12 x to the power of 8 over 4x cube. Okay, now first we have to see whether we can simplify it within the first step with the numbers at least. We have 4 times 1, 4 times 3. So we get at least negative 3. We know this. Okay, I will still write this so it won't make any confusion. And now you can see the base, which is x, has the bigger power in the numerator. It has 8. So subtraction will happen in the numerator. So how we will do it? Negative 3 x 8 minus 3, and nothing in the denominator because it's nothing there anymore. 3 comes up, x cube comes up, then negative 3x to the power of 5. Okay, and there is our final answer. Let's do problem number 3. 2x to the power of 6 over 6x to the power of 4. Again, we can simplify it. First we will take a look. 2 times 1, 2 times 3. Okay, so we got x 6 over 3x to the power of 4. And now you can see exponent x to the power of 6, that is bigger in the numerator, so subtraction will happen in the numerator. X 6 minus 4 over 3. Okay, and we get 6 minus 4 is 2, so x square over 3, and that is our final answer. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, it is negative 16x to the power of 7 over negative 24x to the power of 8. First we will see if we can simplify it further or not. So minus and minus sign gets cancelled, and they are both divisible by 8. So 8 times 2, 8 times 3. So we get 2x to the power of 7, 3x to the power of 8. Okay, the next one will be, as you can see, x8. It's bigger in the denominator, so subtraction will happen in the denominator. So 2, 3, x to the power of 8 minus 7. We get 2 over 3x. 8 minus 7 is 1. We don't write 1. It's given. So that is our final answer. Okay. Okay. Now the next 2 problems, actually next 3 problems, will have at least 2 variables in the problems. Okay, let's take a look at it. X cube y square over 5xy to the power of 6. There's a lot of things going on, so we will take a look at them step by step. So first we have to take a look whether we can simplify any numbers with it. We cannot. So then we go to whether we can simplify x and y's. We have two x's, one in the numerator, one in the denominator. It has to be, only then we can simplify it, and for the y also. And now we will see x has the bigger exponent power in the numerator, so subtraction will happen in the numerator. But for y, as you can see, we have 6. So for y, the subtraction will happen in the denominator. So how do we do it? So we write x cube minus 1, because it has 1 power, right? We don't write it because it's given in mathematics, over 5 still carries along, and then we write y 6 minus 2. Okay, so we get x squared over 5y to the power of 4, and that is our final answer. We just have to do it together, but we just have to take a look at it, which power is bigger, which variable. So over here x was bigger in the numerator, so we did the subtraction in the numerator. For y, we did in the denominator, okay, because it was bigger, it has 6 power. So let's take a look at b. It is x to the power of 5 y cube, or y to the power of 3, over x to the power of 6 and w. Now over here there is something different. We have only 2 x's, okay, so these can be simplified only, but y cannot, because there is only one y in the numerator, nothing in the denominator. And for w the same thing, there is nothing in the numerator, so we will do only x's. And x, you can see, is bigger in the denominator, so the subtraction will happen in the denominator. So we will write simply y cube over x 6 minus 5 and w. Okay, we get y cube over x w. Okay, and that is our answer. We will take a look at the final one, which is negative 3x square y 5 over 12x to the power of 6 y 8. Wow, too many numbers, but we will break it down step by step. Let me take a different color this time, green color. Maybe that will be good. Okay, so first we have to see whether we can simplify the numbers itself before we go to the variables x and y. So 3 times 1, 3 times is 4. So we get that. First we will write everything, although we can further simplify, but it's too much of a mess over here and you're still learning, so it'll be better. Negative x square y to the power of 5 over 4x to the power of 6 y 8. Okay, let me change the color one more time. Okay, so now you can see we cannot further simplify the numbers anymore, 4, but we have 2 x's and 2 y's, so now we can do these, and they are both bigger, x and y, in the denominator. So we had to leave only the minus sign, the negative sign. We simply write negative 1. We go downstairs, or the denominator, 4 x to the power of 6 minus 2 y to the power of 8 minus 5, and we get negative 1 over 4x to the power of 4 y to the power of 3. Okay, and that is our final answer. In the next few more videos we will be learning, we'll learn basically more into division. It gets a little bit complex. Try to watch this video again and do some practice questions and you will be fine with it. I will see you guys tomorrow, and happy New Year's to everybody. Happy 2021. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and any feedback or any future topics or suggestions for this channel you would like to see, please comment down below. I'm still learning on YouTube. This is my first week. I just have 1 subscriber. So don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Take care.